Hi everyone, my name is NEGUSTITA and welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, I will be your tarot reader for the day and we'll get into the messages. So you've read the title. I don't know what the title is going to be yet, but whatever it is drew you into this reading. So I hope that it's something good. Just setting up positive intentions before I even start channeling here. And yeah, I might pull some oracles. We'll see. If anybody wants to book with me, by the way, you totally can. I still do private one-on-one readings, but my prices have changed. They've risen. So be sure to read the description before booking with me, okay? And I also have a second channel. If anyone's curious, you can check that out in the description. I did release a video a few weeks ago, maybe longer now, IDK, whenever you see this reading. And I would love for you guys to check that out if you're curious and want to see a different side of me that's not so esoteric. And then lastly, I have music. So that being said, let's get into the reading. Messages for my collective here, okay? Please use your own discernment and only take the messages that resonate. Dear Lord, okay? If that doesn't feel like it resonates, and if you're curious, I heard this advice once and it felt very much life-changing. So if you've ever been like confused if a thought or a feeling was intuition or not, here is a simple guide to help you. If the thought came from your headspace, right? So let's say you had a thought and it kind of lingers up here. That's most likely trauma, right? And it's taking you down a path of thoughts that are usually negative. 144 on the clock, and digs up past memories, past experiences here. I also see 155. So some of you, I definitely feel like my audience here that's present are divine masculines and divine feminines. That's kind of the energy here. Both. I'm really getting both here, so that's great. I did record this video earlier, which is really funny. And then I deleted it because I was like, I didn't have enough time to deliver the messages earlier today. So here we are after my shift, and we'll be recording, re-recording the messages. So, okay, if it lingers up in this headspace, it's typically trauma, so it's not quite intuition. And if you feel the thought and it starts to resonate here in your like tummy region, and you're experiencing symptoms like diarrhea, constipation, gurgling, like just something feels off in your stomach space, that is typically anxiety. That's anxiety speaking, okay? It's very loud, very intrusive, and it's often gets conflated with intuition. Finally, if it resonates and you feel it resonating in your heart space, that is typically where the intuition resonates from. It's where it comes from. It comes from your heart. So if you feel it here, that is a good sign that what you're experiencing is in fact intuition. And it's never going to be loud. And it is never going to be like, it won't cover the other voices. It will not shut out the other emotions like anxiety and trauma can. 333 on the clock, guys. It is typically where it's going to resonate, and it's going to be very soft, and it's hard to listen to because of all the chatter and all the noise. But if you can learn to hone the rest of that out and sense the quiet tremors that is intuition, you will find you'll be guided out of a lot of situations. So let's start the reading off here with the Tower. I did see this when I split the deck open, and after shuffling it a few times, it is back here. So there is definitely a message here. This is a reading about someone that you've most likely had a parting from here with the Nine of Swords of a thought energy. So I will take this card and see what comes out. So we got the Tower. So this is, I'm talking to a collective who have been, whatever drew you to this video, which is most likely your intuition, right? That guided you to click on this. You are or have already fallen out of some sort of relationship with someone, okay? Wow. And then Nine of Swords, just got my lipstick or lip gloss on that. Nine of Swords chose to come out. So this could be causing you and this person, or mostly it feels like this, the masculine here, if I do sense I have both collectives watching, so 4, 5, 6 on the clock, like I have divine masculines and I also have divine feminines watching. And it really, I strongly sense it's coming from the masculine, but it could also be mirrored at this time. With the Ten of Cup, the Ten of... Can I get clarify for the Nine of Swords, Spirit? I wanted to take that card, but not quite yet. And she's sat. And she's sat. I'm sat. We got the Lovers. So this definitely does feel very much twin flamey, very much mirrored type of energy here. I have my emergency C in here, like emergency C vitamin. Or is it emergency? It says emergency C, but it's not vitamin D. Or am I tripping? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Anyways, guys, sorry. It don't matter. We got the King of Cups, and now this is where I may lose some of you watching. So, babe, this is a lot, so bear with me. The message is coming through is unfortunately about a past person that I do sense the feminine, maybe even masculines you're watching, have chosen to leave behind. Not discard, you have left it behind. It feels like the Ten of Wands. You carried the burden for as long as you could. 6, 5, 4 on the clock. I also saw 4, 5, 6 earlier. You've carried this burden with you, the burden that is bearing the weight of this love on your shoulders, and you have finally chosen to release it because you realized it's not going to serve you. You can't keep carrying it around. It's only going to hold you back. So you finally released the pressure, released the burden off of your back. And funny enough, as soon as you did, it seems like the wand trickled its way down to someone else's back. And it does feel like it is the divine masculine here with the King of Cups. So for a lot of you, you are definitely feeling this person's energy at this time. You may be trying to cleanse yourself. I do feel like for a lot of you here, you could be practicing witch magic to release yourself from this connection. We got the Queen of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Swords. It definitely feels like you guys are no longer confused. There's a lot of clarity type of energy I do sense coming off of the feminine collective here. You guys have realized your worth and you realized your value and you realize you deserve someone that's not going to leave you hanging, that's not going to have you questioning how they feel about you. Because it definitely feels like with this masculine, this person could have been very unstable, especially emotionally, so they really didn't know how they felt about you, and that explains a lot of why you felt like they were playing games with you when you were sitting there like, I'm pretty sure like there's something special going on here, but if you're not going to acknowledge it and if you're not going to treat me accordingly, I literally have no choice but to move on. And it feels like a heavy case of shoulda, woulda, coulda, but didn't. Okay, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but chose not to. That is coming through here from my divine feminine collective. Okay, guys, these cards came out at the end of the day. Okay, Queen and King watching, I do feel like I have both here. It's funny because I don't always feel that presence when I'm channeling for my collective, but today is a different day, and certainly a day that perhaps could be special. I don't know, maybe not, it doesn't really matter. Okay, guys, so let's get back into the message. So what does Spirit want us to know at this time? So we get the King of Coins. I do feel like this masculine here, or the masculines watching, it does feel like they've entered into a more balanced energy here with the Fool card. Okay, we get the Fool here. So I do definitely sense that for the feminines watching, you gave up on a certain person because this person was not investing correctly into the connection. We got the Tower here too, so this person could have also ended the connection, self-sabotaged. Whatever this masculine did, it wasn't coming from a very balanced or healed place. And I mean, this King of Coins can also be another person. It doesn't necessarily have to be this past person. It's more like it's whomever you choose to open your heart to, because I do feel like this person definitely has karma to pay off, because I saw the karma card, also known as, by the way, I saw 1011, also known as the justice card. But it definitely feels like there was a time of separation that this person needed to pay off their karma before they can enter a union with you, because this person, I mean, if you're talking about soul contracts, and if you really believe in a concept like that, it kind of feels like the two of y'all's souls came into carnation to be together. Like, I mean, that was a part of the plan for the souls. Of course, we have free will, and it feels like this person, this King of Cups, was in debt karmically. Like, they were in a lot of toxic cycles with other people and to other places and things, like, especially if this person that has addictions that you know of, they were in like a constant cycle with their addictions that they needed to break free from before they could enter into a connection with you. Like, they have to pay off this karma before they could ever hope to be with you. 1111. And unfortunately, because of the timing and how you guys met, you got to meet a part of this person's karmic self, which definitely, it feels like, impacts your view of this person. But it feels like they're in a much more renewed energy now. 1133 with the Fool card here. It feels like this person is kind of free of all of that. They've kind of paid their dues, and now it seems like this person is looking to start positive karmic cycles. We got 1144. And now that this person feels like they've got a solid footing in life, like this person feels like they're finally much more balanced and much more stable, and they feel like, I feel like this person made a conscious decision one night, and they were like, and it's while they were still deep in their karma, they made a conscious decision to actually like rid themselves of this side of themselves. Like, they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. 1212. And it feels like as soon as they made that decision, the universe kind of like one-shotted them, like gave them all of their karma at once so that they can purge it, basically have it like released from their like karmic debt. And now this person's in a balanced energy, it feels. Now they're in a more stable energy. I do feel like this person probably wanted to reach out to you sooner, but wanted to get their bread up. Like, this person wanted to maybe change jobs so that they feel more like they have more money. I don't know, like, it feels like this person could have switched jobs recently or changed careers or something like that. Like, I get that sense that whatever they're doing now is much more aligned to who they're trying to become, and it feels like on their path of rebuilding themselves, because I do see the Tower here, right? So there's a lot about destruction. It feels like this is like the aftermath of that destruction. Now this person wants to rebuild themselves, and they're feeling very, very called towards you at this time. They're feeling very called because it's like embedded into their soul almost, kind of, whatever you want to believe. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. I'm one of those people, and I'm very skeptical, but I will deliver the message because it's the message is on my heart. It feels like, you know, this person, it's like etched into their soul that they want to rebuild with you specifically. We got 1331 and 1333. So yeah, this person, does feel like they're ascending at this time. And oh, we got the three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck to confirm this message. They want to rebuild with you. They specifically want to build with you. This person those are their intentions at this time, and that's how they're coming towards you. Before, in the past, they came towards you in a very low vibrational way with the King of Cups in reverse. This person was coming towards you in order to use you. Like, this is not a very, like, it's just a very it's toxic. Okay, this person did not have good intentions, and they wanted to come towards you for selfish gain. And now this person wants to come towards you in a new energy. They don't want to like take anything from you. They actually want to give to you here with the King of Cups, or sorry, the King of Pentacles. This person feels like they feel very at home with you. They feel like reborn. Like, they feel, and this is a feeling that has not changed no matter how long they've gotten to know you. Like, no matter how many years it's been since you guys met, or I doubt for any of you guys just met, but if that was the case, like, this is a feeling that's not going to go away. 1444, by the by. It just feels like they've really, you know, And the time that they spent apart from you, it feels like this person went out and explored their other options and found that nothing could really satisfy them here. Nothing really gave them a sense of peace and rest the way that they felt next to you, right? And that could be a part of this person's karma where they find it really hard to replace you. But it's a little deeper than that. 1515, it feels like this person can only really find rest next to certain people, and you are one of those people. And I feel like the other people they find rest next to is like people I'm sorry if this sounds weird, but it's almost like they only ever feel this comfortable with someone when they know that like this person is like disabled, and like someone in a wheelchair, like they're like, oh, this person isn't going to attack me, so I don't need to like worry about them attacking me. Or children too, right? Because kids are innocent, and I mean, not all kids, I'm sure there's some monsters out there, but the majority of children are pure-hearted and like should be protected. And this person only ever finds themselves at rest in the presence of like children and disabled and elderly people that they feel like, even if they had malice intent, couldn't get one over on them. So when it comes to like the viewer watching, when it comes to somebody who's like able to hurt this person, and you're, you know, like conscious and fully aware of your surroundings, and it's like, and they know this about you, but your spirit emanates a frequency of peace and love that even if they wanted to hate you, they couldn't. It's like dispelled. Like even if this person wanted to be distrustful of you, they know in their heart you would never do them wrong. And it actually pulls this person closer to you because they do not know of anyone else outside of the example I just displayed that would be so loving and so kind towards them. And definitely this person, I mean, I guess it depends on the situation, but I do really feel like there's some sort of apology coming here. Yeah, we got the, like I said, we got the Three of Coins, King of Swords here in reverse. Ooh, and we got the fucking Empress. Holy shit, guys. If there was a time where this person was not seeing you clearly, we got the Emperor. That time is over, babe. That time is over. It's gone. This person knows too, like, how they left things with you in the past. This person knows that if you're still holding a grudge, or if you're still resentful towards them, they deserve this like energy. It definitely feels like this person in it like matches you in the way that you match them, if that makes sense. So you are this person's ultimate test. That's what's coming through here. That, especially with the major arcana that are coming through, right? We get the Lovers, the Tower, the Empress, and the Emperor. Okay, both cards came out here, guys, and the Fool. Okay, it's very powerful energy. That you guys' connection is, it feels magnetic. Like if you two are, if you do decide to forgive this person and you do decide to walk this path of life with them, there is something about your connection that's definitely going to be very, very like magnetic. Like people will know that you two are no joke. Like there's something about the two of you and your energy, your frequency that's like out of this fucking world. And that's exactly how I'm going to put it, out of this fucking world, because there is something like, there's stardust in this, there's space magic going on. Like that's the energy. And there's definitely a very potent attraction here, because we have a divine feminine and divine masculine working in tandem, that could definitely manifest things very quickly for the two of you. Wealth, money, whatever it is you're trying to manifest in this lifetime, stability, security, strength, whatever, anything. Honestly, you guys could even like go to fucking Mars if you wanted to, like on God. But this person knows, and there's a deep sadness here that I'm tapping into, that you really match them in a way that no one has ever. Because not only do you match this person's energy in terms of like, if they're being like toxic to you, I'm not saying you're arguing with this person, I'm saying you're cutting it off. And that's what I mean by matching. You match their toxicity with healedness, and vice versa, I suppose. When you, I really don't sense this collective being like manipulative or cruel, but I do sense that when you interact with this person, you do not show them grace, you do not show them kindness, and they know it's because they have not earned it out of you. They know that if there was a time that they met you with a lot of player energy, there was a time that they met you in a very low vibrational state, that you do not easily forget, but you do forgive. And if you don't forgive them, they also know that that's something that they have to actually earn from you. Like, this person knows, like, you're never going to give them the easy way out. You will always hold this person accountable. And that is what I mean by, like, match this person, like a perfect match. Like, only you have the power to teach this person to be humble. Only you have the power to teach this person to, only you can put this person in their place. Literally nobody else has ever had that, come close to having that effect on this person. Because it's something about the way that they move through life. They don't really like get too attached to people, so they don't really mind abusing, discarding, misusing, whatever, right? It doesn't really bother them. But when it comes to their connection with you, like, you are actually this person's soulmate. So, like, that's how it's coming through, okay? You're this person's, like, not other half, but you are this person's, like, intended one, like, on a soul level. Like, you guys came in to help each other learn these lessons. And this person is realizing, like, although it definitely feels like, in comparison to all the other people they've dealt with, they have treated you the most with kindness and respect. As insane as that sounds, compared to the other people this person has hurt, you by far, they have been the most, like, kind to, basically. And even then, you're still like upset about everything that they've done to you. So basically, like, this person knows that they owe you, like, sincerity and honesty. And if they do not show that to you, you are not going to show that to them. You're not going to let anything slide. You're the black sheep of your own family. 2222. You're the person in your own family that, like, most likely was, like, a black sheep, the ugly duck, basically. Like, kind of, if that resonates, right? If you know, you know. If you don't, you know. Whatever. Like, you've always had that experience. No matter your energy, just how things play out, divine feminine or the divine masculine, or maybe you are a divine masculine and feminine energy, or a divine feminine and masculine energy, like, it doesn't really matter. But, like, no matter how things played out for you, you've always had that experience of being the person that, gets scapegoated. You're always, like, the kind one that ends up being thrown under the bus type of bullshit you've dealt with your whole life. And it feels like that all those experiences have put you in a place where it doesn't even matter who you're dealing with. You refuse to be disrespected like that ever again. And this person was not intending to, but was sort of trying to do that to you, where they put you in a situation where you have to compromise your self-love in order to be with this person, 2323, and you refuse to do that. You refuse to compromise your love for yourself, and when you're being mistreated, and you call it out. And this person, it feels like in that moment, did not handle that correctly. Like, when you called them out, or when you addressed a behavior you didn't like to see in a relationship, this person would turn around and be, like, upset with you, or try to start an argument, or this person would handle that, your immaturity, with, like, immaturity. Okay, like, this person would try to act like they didn't care about you, try to discard you, basically. Like, they try to, like, get their lick back, even though you've done nothing wrong and you're actually implementing healthy boundaries. This person just is so unhealed that to them, they're perceiving any sort of, like, boundary as, like, disrespectful, basically. And so that's definitely something they've needed to heal within themselves. And I think they've reached a point where they have healed that, because now that they're looking back, there's a lot of, like, looking back energy on this person's end, where they're looking back at their interactions with you from a healed perspective, and they're realizing, like, what you were asking for was the bare minimum. Like, you weren't asking this person to buy you a house, you were asking this person to text you back consistently, and this person's response was to ignore you, basically, or start an argument, like that kind of stuff. Maybe that wasn't exactly what happened, but you found that like every time you tried to get your needs communicated and expressed in the situation, this person met that with like harshness, rudeness, and they know they weren't very fair to you. And as a result, you've pretty much fallen out of love with this person. It doesn't matter who they were. You physically, spiritually, or psychologically fall in love with somebody who doesn't love you back, or displays behaviors that show you that they don't love you back. So you are at a healthy level of detached from this situation, and the more detached you become, the more attached this person comes, basically. Like, the cord gets thicker on their end because they're the ones holding on and they can't seem to let go. But if they were to let go, this connection would just sort of drift away. Like, it would fall apart and it would create space for something new to come into your life. But anyways, yeah, we got a whole lot of immaturity on this person's end. They definitely wanted to paint you out to be some sort of like bad guy. It feels like if they did talk or gossip about you, because we do got like my card for gossip, which is the Page of Swords in reverse. You know, they're now sort of like, it's coming back to bite them, because it definitely does feel like this person could be asking people for advice, and those people are telling them, hey, shouldn't you just move on from this person? Like, I thought you thought they were trash. I thought you thought this person was like, you know, a liar or a cheater or whatever. Like, you said that this person was like X, Y, and Z. Well, why would you want a person that does that? You know what I mean? Like, anyways, there's a lot of karma this person is like paying off. Like, it definitely feels like they're this is their face right now. They're like, yep, I did say that, didn't I? Like, that's this person's expression. Like, they're sort of sitting there like, I did do that, didn't I? Like, they're not proud. They're not happy. They're just sort of like, well, all right, guys, sorry, I had to pause the video for a second. But anyways, definitely a lot of karma this person's paying off. It feels like even just through the actions of trying to come back towards you. This person feels like at this time you guys are in some sort of stalemate. Nothing's really picking up, and this person is definitely kind of like sick of that, and they want to change that. They want to move forward with this connection. There's also the Ten of Cups here in reverse, and this person feels like they really ruined this. They feel like I think there's a little bit of irony here, because this person felt like the actions that they were taking was going to preserve the relationship, but it actually just had the opposite outcome. And this person, I feel like, is learning a lot about other people and themselves. Like, they're realizing like, oh, you can't just make decisions for another person and then expect them to be okay with it. And also, when it comes to free will, you can't manipulate free will. Like, I mean, you can try, but I'm of the opinion that it's not possible, right? A person chooses what they do with their time, their energy, and their body. And like, I suppose outside of the exceptions of being possessed, like, anyways. And it feels like this person, it definitely feels like before they didn't understand who they're dealing with. Like, this is like, feels like an emperor, divine emperor energy, who typically is used to people just following their way because they always believe what they think is the best. Like, this person feels like they have exceptional reasoning and thinking and rational skills, and they're realizing that what is actually happening is a power play. This person's trying to use their free will against yours, which is going to lead to a never-ending battle. And they're realizing like, okay, I need to change approach, because I'm actually just pushing this person away further and further and further the more that I try to get my way, rather than asking them their way. We got the Judgment card here in reverse with the Chariot. So this person is definitely hoping that you haven't given up on this connection. But the energy is really prominent here that you have. Like, you're kind of done with this. It feels like you are resorting to means in order to escape this connection. Like, some of you, again, I mentioned this earlier, but you could be using like freezer spells, or, you know, just some sort of even black magic just to get this person out of your energy, just to cleanse them, just to purify yourself so that you don't have to constantly deal with their negativity, their emotional volatility, their inability to take accountability. It feels like with the Judgment here, you or this person, I mean, I feel like this person's worried that you have judged them and that you've placed a judgment here, a judgment call on the connection. It feels like the judgment could be that this person isn't going to come in, and they are. Yeah, this person could live a ways away from you, but distance has not stopped their heart from beating for you. Okay, hope that made sense. Yeah, no, this person really, like, I kind of get the sense that this person feels as though they're not able to move on. Like, they thought in the past that they could, or maybe they never really thought they could, but they were thinking you weren't going to leave, or that they had plenty of time. There's this feeling of like this person really, really underestimated your ability to not give a fuck. 3113, like there's a strong energy here of this person at one point in time feeling as though you were never going to move on from them, that you were always going to, like, you know, be interested in them, and you always keep a door open. Like, they were really hoping that you'd always hold a cup for them, and that they would come back whenever they could. 3131 on the clock. And now this person's realizing, like, that cup is probably gone. It's either been given to someone else or it's been spilled. Like, this person feels like they may always hold a space for you in their heart, but the same cannot be said. And this person is feeling like if they don't come in now, then there's never going to be an opportunity. Like, this person feels like the window of time is getting shorter and shorter by the day, and they want to seize action. They want to take some sort of action towards you, but they're definitely being blocked off at this time. This person just feels like it's going to be over without them ever even explaining to you what was happening or what went wrong in the beginning. Like, there's definitely a lot of things that you don't know. I get the sense that there's a lot that this person hasn't told you, and they purposely did so. They were hoping that if they withheld information that you would stick around to find out, you know? But it feels like you're not even curious. Like, honestly, I don't even really pick up your energy from the cards. It's mostly this person's energy. It's mostly them feeling like they don't want to mess this up. They don't want to let this connection go. This person is really just, I mean, it feels really, really melodramatic, but this person's like, I don't even know, like, how I could move on without you. Like, that's the feeling, but again, it just feels very melodramatic. Like, this person isn't going to die from this. You got 1331 on the clock, but they definitely worry that they'll never get their opportunity here. They'll never have an opportunity to show you how much they actually care, to show you how much they actually want to be with you. It's very strange. It's very strange, but this person is like, I do get the sense that they're depressed. They're really not too happy here with how things are going. We got 3344. I mean, it's not that their life is terrible. It's just like, it's just the comparison that's really messing this person up. It feels like when the two of you were on good standing, they remembered seeing beautiful sights, like the sun setting and the hues of the sunshine. Like, it's something about, like, you specifically, your presence, your energy in this person's life truly uplifts them, and it raises their vibration, and they can look at life now from a different angle. Like, it's something about, like, without you, this person cannot appreciate. It's like food becomes dull. Like, they're basically, like, depressed without you is kind of the energy. And that's got nothing to do with you, but everything to do with this person's, like, ego getting in the way. Like they would just get in the way over and over. They had to relearn the same lesson many a times, and it doesn't feel like they relearned the lesson with other people. We got 34, 43. There's possibly a person that they met at some point in their separation from you, someone that maybe looked like you, talked like you, sound like you. Like they met someone that reminded them of you in some way, shape, or form, and this person tried really hard to make believe that that person was you, but they weren't, down to the way they dressed or the way that they acted, the way that they treated them. Especially, like, this person probably put up with a lot of bullshit in that relationship because they just missed you so much, and they either felt like they couldn't come back towards you, they were too ashamed to come back towards you, they feel like they screwed it up so much that they will never be able to come back towards you. This person honestly they could still have a big ego. I don't know, or maybe they just feel like they have a lot to apologize for. It's hard to tell. I do kind of feel like pulling some oracle cards now. We got the Queen of Swords. You are standing on business here in this connection. You're not fucking around, and this person knows that. Honestly, like, the tables of karma rest within you. Does that make sense? You can either give this person a 10 of Pentacles or a 10 of Swords, and it all depends on you, right? This person feels like with your acceptance, with your approval, that the two of you could start a new beginning, a much more peaceful and happy beginning. And I do sense that this person will do anything it takes to make this work. This person will set aside their ego and their pride, change, adapt, and grow in the ways that they feel like they should have done long ago. It doesn't feel like they've reached that point, and they may not be able to reach that point without you. This person is definitely, like, it feels like before they had a lot of pride and ego around being whipped, quote unquote whipped. Hold on. Like, this person felt like they were the type, this feels like a toxic masculine, if that is the case. Felt like, yeah, with Page of Swords, this person felt like they never wanted to be that guy that would do anything his girlfriend told him, right? Like, they always felt like I'm getting like an image of like a guy being asked, like, his girlfriend's like, hey, could you hold my purse? And he holds the purse, and he starts to like feel a certain way. Like, he starts to feel like a pushover, or I don't know, just like a simp. There you go. I think that's the word. Like, that's an insult, I suppose, in certain toxic male communities where they feel like being a woman's like man in a certain aspect, like holding her bag and, you know, taking care of her basically, makes them look like a simp. And that's like an insult, because that's the last thing the last thing you ever want to do is make a woman feel like she's loved. Like, anyways, but yeah, it's just like that energy. Like, they just never wanted to do that because they literally looked at themselves like they were too good to ever end up as a simp. And now this person's like, I will literally grovel in front of all these people. I will like kiss your feet in front of these people. I will kiss the ground that you walk on, because without you, I am stuck in this energy. The energy of bad luck, the energy of misalignment, things not working out. It's very intense, and it can go on for years, because it does feel like this person does not have the guidance they need to get themselves out of this situation. Like, maybe they used to, but they fucked around with you too much. Now they've lost that guidance. Like, it's kind of intense, I'm not gonna lie, but like, without you, this person feels like they will not be able to reach any sort of happiness. Okay, they need your approval, your consent, your permission. Like, everything rides on your fucking shoulders, and they know it. Okay, and I think that's where a lot of this is coming from. Okay, with the Six of Swords here. Okay, now let's get into the oracles, guys. So we'll see what messages we can pull from this. Because I did feel called to this one, but I have two. They're very similar decks, but I separated them based on messages. Some messages are more hopeful than others, but I never remember which one's which, so I'm purposely, so that I just use my intuition to figure out what I should be doing, or which one I should be pulling. Okay, guys, so just take the messages that resonate. Don't bother with the ones that don't. Okay. Yeah. Alright, guys. Let's get into it. What messages can I relay for the collective here? I'm going to take just maybe a few at a time. So we got, I find you interesting. Okay, it does feel like a message from this person's like higher self. They find you interesting. Maybe they like your style, your sense of music. Maybe you have really like a unique like sound or style of music that you like to listen to. Maybe for some of you it's art. Maybe like there's something about you that's definitely like not, it feels like outside of like not the norm. Like I'm getting like hobbies that people don't typically have, or just something about you that's kind of different, unique, that this person is very fascinated by. Like maybe you have, again, like I said, a unique sense of style. Maybe you're an Aquarius, I don't know, or have major like Neptune or no, major Uranus placements. You just, you know, something about you that makes you stand out. It could even just be like your religious affiliations, I don't know. But whatever you do, this person is really fascinated by it, and they're very like kind of amazed, like how could someone be so beautiful, smart, talented, exceptional, and have this hobby or have this interest? Like, you know, like maybe you have a very regular job, like maybe you work somewhere that's really unique, and that's another thing that they find interesting about you. But I'm getting very specifics here. So we got, I miss being around you. That is, I think, this person's main motivator for wanting to come towards you. This person really values your time and your energy, especially now that you're gone, especially now that you don't want them. There's like this opposites attract type of energy here where this person is like missing you. It may not necessarily mean the best, but it's hard to shake this feeling off because I do feel like this person is still somewhat unhealed, but it's just like, all I can say is this person knows they need you. Like they know that they are not going to on their own align themselves to this higher vibrational path. We got 44, 41, 41. This person feels like they are reliant on you to help them get to where they're trying to go on a soul level. And that's what divine feminines do for divine masculines. And masculines also support their feminines with, you know, physical safety, physical security, however that looks, right? But this person is at the point where they can tell that you are unique, you are special, especially when it comes to, like I mentioned this before, spiritual practices. Like this person realizes you are being guided by something, like some unknown, unseen force, but felt. Like this person is like aware that you are guided by a spirit, by a source, and that it is helping you achieve and accomplish your goals. This person feels like they do not have access to the same spirit, or maybe they have access to the spirit but they're unable to follow it, unable to listen to it. This person may not be as intuitive as you are, so they do not receive the same downloads. I do feel like in the course of this drama or whatever they've dealt with when it comes to you, they have been stripped of like spiritual standing. This person at one point was like a high standing like emperor, like spiritually speaking, right? I don't know how that looks, but maybe at one point, like I feel like this person had in other lifetimes accrued good wealth, good fame, good fortune, and now it's come to like the spirit realm where they have like high level guides, but due to their actions and their connection with you, said guides don't follow this person as closely. Like I strongly sense that this person does not have the same level of spiritual protection as they once did when they were with you. And before they dealt with you, they did have those same spirits, and they may have never been able to like think about like word, like they may have never been able to identify like what, like they may have not been able to understand what was going on, but they could feel it. That they like felt the source. They felt guides watching over them, and it, because they had guides, whether they were ancestors, whether they were ascension masters, I don't know, okay, whatever it was that was guiding them kept them safe. And they were never able to like think about what it was, but they definitely noticed when it was gone. Does that make sense? This person at one point could strongly sense like spiritual activity around them that kept them safe, but they were never able to like they were never consciously aware, 4422, until they had either a falling out with you, they had ended things with you in such a bad way that literally left them spiritually defenseless, because it's something about like, don't fuck with this one. They received warnings 44, 41, and when 44, 44, this person was warned against doing anything malicious towards you, anything that would, you know, disrupt you in a toxic, in a negative way. And this person did it anyway. 44, 55. It's like they wanted to test the universe. They wanted to know. They wanted to know what would happen if they fucked with the collective, with the chosen one. And now they have experienced like a high level of like negative spiritual psychic attack. Like they are no longer protected. Whatever beings that they had once sensed guiding them are gone. Like they do not sense their presence anymore. And it is terrifying for this person. I do feel like they have guides. They just, their guides are either not interacting with them as much. Like they're not sending the signs and synchronicities anymore. And also, it's a part of their karma to be lost, to just be lost, to not know where to go, to not know what's happening, to just, it feels like before they had, like, this person had an intuition that was like, we have so much in common. I said in the bottom of the deck. At one point, this person probably felt like they had a strong sense of intuition that was guiding them everywhere. That could have been something that they once felt that they shared in common with you. Like you also may be somebody that you may not never know where you're going, but you always just feel like in the Fool card, like you always just felt guided to go somewhere, to do something, to leave at a certain time. You know, like you're just very, it seems whimsical, but you're actually listening to something and you're listening to your inner guidance. This person was the same way. They just never had the same words. It feels like they never had the same words to actually contextualize it. So they never knew how to explain what they were experiencing, but they just would do shit and it would pop off really well. Now this person's like on the other end of this. Like they're on the other side of this like good fortune, and now they're in bad luck territory where they're like, oh fuck, like I don't know where I'm going. And when I get there, I don't feel accomplished at all. Like it's like this person is like finding it really hard to be in that whimsical energy. They want to be 46, 46, but they like physically cannot get themselves there. It's like they're unable to because of, it just feels like because they were stripped. They were stripped of it. They were like, it was like a, if it wasn't a gift, it was like an upgrade that at one point in their life they had received, and now they've been downgraded. And now they still have spiritual gifts, but their gifts worked really well. Like maybe they had the gift of the gab and they used that to manipulate you. So in combination with intuition, like heightened levels of intuition. Like let's say on a scale from 1 to 4, with 1 being like low level understanding of intuition and 4 being like the strongest it could ever get. And some people have 0. Okay, just so we're aware, some people have 0, but those are people that are not even on the scale because they're not gifted the gift of intuition. This person, it feels like they had already naturally a level 1 intuition, 47, 47, and over time they had accrued to level like 3 because they just been through so much shit and they've been upgraded. Okay, this is an upgrade more than it is like a gift. But then as soon as they started dealing with you, using those gifts to hurt you, it's like there's like, let's say there's a council of spirits, right, where they determine who gets what and where, right? Like let's say there's like a, like if such a thing existed, this person was under, like they went to spiritual court basically, and the truth is pled here. There's no like talking to the vessels. There's no like even communicating with the spirits. And if there is communication with the spirit is obligated to actually speak the truth, unlike what we see in modern day like law rooms, courtrooms, right? This person, like their higher self basically ratted on them in this court and told the truth, and as a result they've been stripped of like their intuition basically. So they went from like having level 3, mind you, you had level 4, now they're at 0. So the upgrade has been stripped from them, and now they may still have the gift of the gab. However, it worked best with intuition. Now that they have lost their compass, it's like what's the point of having a car if it has no engine? it doesn't go anywhere. It literally just sits right there, and it can't go anywhere. It could be the fanciest car you will ever find, like a Bugatti 3000, I don't know, just like the fanciest car you could ever think of. But what is the point of that car if it does not have an engine, right? Like, what's the point? Like, some people like to collect cars, but typically those people have enough money to actually get a car with an engine. So it's like, this person sitting there like, what do I do now? This person is like lost. Like, that's how they feel. Like, they feel like they're lost. They ran out of options. They have nothing good coming to them. They don't know when something good is going to come to them, and they keep feeling like you are where they went wrong. Like, they went wrong with the way that they treated you. They went, like, that's sort of what this person is realizing. Like, literally everything was perfect until they started to fuck with you and your connection. This person has to take like accountability, and that is how they will be able to save themselves from like this negative karma. But it feels like there's a step further where this person actually like wants to be on good terms with you. They actually want to heal this connection with you. It's just like they choke on their pride. They choke on their pride because they don't want to be the one that's in the wrong. They don't want to be the one that has to like earn forgiveness. They don't want to be the one that has to like bare their heart and soul to you and pray that you won't break them. Like, this person doesn't want to be vulnerable. This person doesn't want to do the right thing because the right thing is humility. Like, they don't want to be humble in this way. Like, they actually want to keep their ego, but they know they won't be able to heal anything with you if they can't come towards you, be honest, be truthful, be pure-hearted. Like, it's, so again, we have so much in common. This person probably feels like you guys have had shared experiences. I keep writing and deleting messages that came kind of sticking out, and I wanted to pull it. So there's that as well. This person feels as though they keep writing and deleting messages. I feel connected to you. I was also in the reverse, but I do believe it was meant to be written up, right? And I secretly marry you. So despite everything that's happened, this person still has true feelings for you. This person, like, again, it's back to that accountability. Like, this person is the type of person that has no qualms, has no issues with using, abusing, and discarding people, okay? And this person is like, literally feels like being held accountable to this, like, well, because you did that, I'm never going to see you again. And now this person is like, wait, that's not the outcome I actually wanted. In fact, the outcome of you never seeing me again is going to be devastating to me. Like, I literally don't know how I'll be able to live again without you. Like, this, like, that's the feeling, is like, if I want to achieve the goals that I have set out for myself, like, it feels like this person has grand goals. Like, maybe one of their goals is to own like 3 houses, 5 houses, let's say, like, as a realtor. This person, when they were in good connection with you, was on the up and up to achieving that goal. And as soon as things fell apart, so did their plans. Literally, as soon as things stopped working out with you, they lost their first house, they're debt, they have so much debt they have to pay off. This is also part of their bad karma. You know, like, they're finding it really hard to make ends meet. They're barely eating. They barely are getting to work on time. Maybe they're having car issues. Like, literally a lot of shit's going wrong in this person's life. And they can't help but feel like it has a lot to do with you and how you view them and how you feel about them, which is another thing that is like a hard thing for them to confront, because they, you know, don't want to acknowledge the hurt that they've caused you, because maybe deep down they really didn't even intend to be hurtful towards you. Like, that honestly wasn't their goal, but that is exactly, you know, what they've ended up doing to you. And perhaps this person just doesn't want to feel like they've hurt you because you're such a kind and innocent soul. Like, they don't want to feel like someone who went out of their way to hurt an innocent person, right? But that's exactly what they did. And until they can really take accountability for that, they're going to be stuck in the shoulda, woulda, coulda land, right? I'm going to pull, I think these will be my last cards. We got, you are the reason I keep going. So that's a big part of this too, is you may be this person's motivation to keep trying, to keep at it, to keep going in life, because either they want to make you proud, or you are just someone that like inspires this person. Like, you bring this person into such a positive mood whenever they do think about you, even if things are really bad between the two of you, you need to know that this person, the way that they view you, like, they still deeply care for you, and they still, you know, cherish you, for a lack of a better word. We got, I have been thinking about you a lot. And then lastly, we got, you scare the shit out of me. So, like I said, I do feel like the collective you're watching, you guys have like level 4 intuition. Like, that is the highest you can have in terms of like the scale. Okay, I don't know how accurate this is, guys. I'm just gonna pull this shit out my butt. But like, point is like, on a scale from 1 to 4, y'all are on level 4 intuition. So even before this person would do some shit, they would just have the thought to do something. You guys would act upon their thought to do something. We got 5511. So yeah, this person, honestly, that really did scare this person whenever you would do that. 5522, and this person knows that there really is no fooling you. There's no way getting around it. This person knows they have to admit to every little white lie, to every little thing they've ever done to you. And this is a really, really important thing for this person to overcome, because it's something about like, it's either a part of their soul's journey, like they want to be a person that lies all the time, to finally become someone who tells the truth. We got 5544. Like, I don't know, it's like what's one little white lie gonna do? How's that gonna hurt anybody? And it turns into like an 55. It turns into like they're a compulsive liar now type of shit, if that makes sense. Like, and now this person, in order to be united with their true love, in order to break free from their karmic cycles, in order to, you know, become a better person, a better man, they gotta like stop lying and take accountability for all the lies they've told before. And that is going to change this person drastically. Like, they're going to become an entirely different person. And it really does feel like they're going to develop around who you are, like, and what you need. Because it definitely feels like this person is going to only really be able to initiate this level of change with you as their person. Yeah, but the other message here is, take as much time as you need. You are in no rush. If you do want this person, if you resonate with this being like your person or twin flame or whatever, right? This connection isn't going to go anywhere. Like, they're not going to go. Their soul is like, they may pass away in this lifetime, but their soul will be reincarnated into someone else. Like, if your soul's destined to have an experience, it is going to happen to you, no matter how hard you try to escape your karma, right? No matter how hard you try to escape that reality. Like, if you're destined for something, it's going to happen to you. And it's up to you how you choose to react to it. But I find being calm and peaceful is the best reaction to any situation, even stressful ones, especially stressful ones. Remaining calm is typically how you navigate your way through those sticky and tricky situations. So yeah, guys, that was the reading. Yeah, that was a lot. I sort of want to debrief for a little bit, like, you know, while I cleanse my cards. And what I mean by cleansing is I sort them out and I kind of just reset them. I reset the deck, and I prefer cleansing in that way. But yes, so this person, I'm not gonna lie, I am picking up a lot of like humility. Like, now it's like, I want to call it big sisterly advice, but I'm probably no one's older sister here. But you know, like, this person understands that the way that they've treated you in the past was not fair to you. And the hard part about this is, they knew when they were doing that it wasn't fair to you. Like, they knew what they were doing. They knew this was going to be hurtful. They knew it was going to break you. And that's kind of what they wanted. They just like, I hate to say it, and that's another part that's really hard for this person to accept about themselves. It feels like they have to accept this about themselves in order to move towards you. It's like, they have to realize, like, what they did was wrong, but more importantly, they knew while they were doing it that it was going to hurt you, that it was going to set you guys back like 10 decades. Okay, like, they knew that, like, you deserve to be treated right by someone else. and they understood in that moment that they were not going to be the ones that could do that for you. But rather than releasing you to allow you to have that experience with someone else, they wanted to just keep you on the back burner, just out of arm's reach, so you don't leave too far away. Does that make sense? So they didn't want you to fully move on, but they also didn't want you to like let go either. Like, and that was their comfort zone when it came to their connection with you. It's very selfish, you guys. This person, like, to their core, is manipulative. Like, you're dealing with someone that's highly manipulative. We've entered the first hour of the I don't even care though. Like, I feel like whoever this message is for, like, it's gonna resonate like so fucking hard. Like, and you're probably just gonna appreciate the fact that it resonates this fucking hard, and it's like it's for you. So I'm gonna keep going for the people who this message is actually for, because I'm sorry, like, I know it's a really long video, but I still have more to convey, and I'm not even close to being done yet. So you can stick around, you can log off, I don't mind, babe. You got something else to do, valid, go do it. But if you're still here, I appreciate you. But yeah, let's just keep going. Like, it's hard for this person to accept like accountability. It could be a core wound for this person. Maybe they've been blamed for things they've never done. So that could be another reason why it's really hard for them to take accountability. But either way, this person understands that, like, no matter how much of a victim you were in the past, that does not allow you to be a victimizer now, right? Like, no matter how wrong you were done in your past, that doesn't give you the right to hurt others. And this person is kind of like learning that lesson now that they have lost access to you, now that they've lost good standing, good favor with you, and it feels like the whole universe, like the universe is not gonna step in to save this person. If this person was in a life or death situation, you know, I'm not saying that God is going to turn a blind eye or anything like that. But what I'm saying is God is going to allow this person to suffer and is not going to stop their suffering either. Okay, like, that's where this person is at when it comes to like life, is like the universe is going to sit back and watch. And this person feels like that's not going to happen to you. Like, like, if you're in peril, okay, and when I like, if you're in trouble, like you're $2 short of rent, the universe is going to bless you with a $50 check. Meanwhile, this person can get shot and no one is going to come rushing in to save them. Like, that's the difference, babe. Like, this is how this person also understands that they didn't do right by you, is seeing how the universe is treating them, okay? It feels like this person has always struggled with a higher power, has always struggled to believe, because perhaps they were born under very not favorable circumstances. Perhaps they've lived a life that's been really difficult for them. And honestly, it would be difficult for anybody, right? Like, this person has lived just a very difficult life. And so that always gave them in their head permission to mistreat people, because they've been mistreated before. But here they are dealing with you, an earth angel who's also been mistreated, black sheep, black sheep, like, you were the black sheep of your family, you were always scapegoated, and yet you don't choose to treat people like that. Even when this person was giving you, like, perhaps they give you their worst, you still met them with love and compassion and empathy. Like, it feels like even when this person was unfair to you, you were still fair to them, and that's like living proof of, see, you can live a hard life and still choose not to be a jerk. It's all in the eye of the beholder, babe. It's all what you choose to do with your time, your life, your energy. And this person is learning a very powerful lesson here. Not to mess with the chosen one, first of all. And second of all, this person also feels like, again, it's back to this like message of taking accountability. It's something they struggle with, because it does feel like they could have dealt with like situations from their past where, like I said, like they were falsely accused of things, like maybe they were also scapegoated in their own family, but how they chose to handle that is fundamentally different than the way that you choose to handle that. Like, rather than being like, like you get your panties in a twist and you try defending yourself up and down the wall, and you try like to prove yourself innocent, it's like you kind of just accept the guiltiness. Like you just accept that other people see you like that. Like you're at peace somehow. Like it feels like that was something that really bothered this person in the beginning of your you guys' connection, because this is the type you're dealing with someone that's fundamentally in their ego. Like they care a lot about how other people view them, how other people think of them. They care more about that than they do about themselves and you as well. So they when you met this person, it feels like you met them at a time where they really strongly value the opinions of others. They strongly value the opinions of like friends and coworkers. They wanted people to like view you. Like it feels like this person like is just so deep in the matrix, so deep in their own ego. Like they always felt the need to be right. They always felt the need to be like basically like king, baby king, or I don't know, like this. They just always felt like they needed to be seen as like the one that's in the right. You know, they want to be the man, they want to be the woman, they want to be the one that, you know, everyone shuts up for. Like when this person talks, like you better not fucking speak. Like this person just wanted such an authority over you, over them, over everyone in their life. And unbeknownst to them, that's people seeking behavior. That's people like that's seeking out the validation of others, because they felt like in order to feel like the man, in order to feel like, you know, the dude, the head honcho, they felt like they just needed to be the one that was always in the right, so they could never take accountability. And that's where they really struggled with you in particular, is because like you forced this person to take accountability. Like that's the only way they'll ever have access to you, and you're simply too important to this person to miss out on for life. Like this person doesn't want to miss out on their opportunity to be with you in this lifetime. This person doesn't want to stop seeing you. This person doesn't want to stop being with you, being around you, even though they feel like you call into question everything they thought they ever knew about themselves. Even though you trigger this person so good, like you trigger them into growing, you trigger them into healing, you trigger them into ascending, basically, like to taking accountability and learning from their mistakes. These are things that this person honestly could have never done before they met you in this way anyhow. Like, you know, I mean, for all of us watching, we're probably there's just like that feeling of like, really, like you made it this far in life without ever being like held accountable. Well, that's because this person doesn't listen to spirit. That's because this person is not so connected with their guides. That's because this person suffers a consequence of their own actions, and they're so dense that it basically just went over their head. Meanwhile, to those who are energetically sensitive, we know when we've done wrong, and we feel it in our core, and then we get apologetic. We feel sorry. We want to make amends, right? We have all these feelings about the situation. This person has been shut off from their emotional body for decades, for a long time. Before you ever met this person, they were already emotionally like stunted from some sort of traumatic event in their childhood, and that is a big part of why and how they were able to make it so far in their life without ever truly reflecting and taking accountability. And that does not make it right. That just gives a reason. Like now you know how they made it this far without, you know, taking accountability. But now it feels like they have no choice. Like it feels like everything this person's invested in, financially speaking, friendship, romantic, like familiar, platonic, okay? Everything that this person has invested money, time, energy, and most importantly, love into has literally just crumbled away or not turned out to be as promising as it seemed in the beginning. And it's made this person, you know, realize something about you, because it feels like you, who has no one pouring into them. Maybe you're single at this time, and if you're not, it still applies to you. It feels like, you know, this person who, I do feel like there's a bit of like perhaps a trickster energy in this person's life. They could have had friends or family advising them to not invest in you, advising them not to get too attached to you, not to pour into you, basically. I do get that sense that this person has people like that in their life. But, you know, they're kind of just like looking at you, and they're comparing you to these people that told them not to invest in you, and they're realizing like you are like light years ahead of these people. Like they're not even aware that God is real. They're not even aware that karma is happening. They're not even aware that, like, I feel like the only thing this person hasn't done to get you back is literally, like, pray. Like, ask God for your favor. And it probably might be because this person feels like God has, like, shunned this person, that God has, like, you know, like, no longer has, he's like the viewer, the masculine, the whomever I'm talking about here, that resonates for you. This person feels like they've lost favor with the Most High. But you know what's so funny? The irony is, like, if this person actually prayed for this connection, it would probably roll in very quickly. Because I feel like what the collective is waiting on is Spirit's approval, and this person is and God is waiting for this person to realize that they need Spirit's approval. Like, isn't that funny? I think that's really funny. 18, 17, 16. Isn't that funny? I think that's funny. Anyways, yeah, like, this person thinks that they've lost favor with God. No, God is waiting for them to be humble enough to ask for permission, be humble enough to ask for help. I want to say, it's not even permission, asking for help from Spirit to unite the two of you together. I think this is this person's last step to coming towards you, because at that point they gotta give it up to God. They have to, like, literally physically release the need for control in this connection. 111. Okay, that they need to be humble enough to realize, like, this is a situation out of their control, and now it's in the hands of the Most High, the I am, like, they need to just relinquish whatever ownership they think they have over this connection, because it was something gifted to them by the one true creator, and that is the only energy, the only entity that is going to allow this to flow in together. But this person is still in their pride, their wounded ego, and they feel as though they can't ask for help. We got 11 1 1, we got 111 444. No, 111 44. There you go. Okay. But yeah, and I'm also done resetting my deck. But yeah, like, this person just needs to be humble enough to ask Source for help, because that's kind of like the missing piece, in my opinion. That's the last step they need to take, so they can say they've done everything in their power. Yeah, I saw the Death card here. Yeah, Death card. Otherwise, this connection's over. There's nothing here to be had. Like, anyways, you guys, I'm curious to know, you know, what this person's true intentions are. I get the sense that they just want to have you. I don't think it's for, like, the wrong reasons. I think it's because they just genuinely miss you and they don't want to lose you for life. It doesn't feel like they're equipped to be able to serve well as your partner in this lifetime. Maybe there was a soul contract, but honestly, I feel like that contract's been, like, shredded up now. Like, it's no longer. When they lost their spiritual standing, they also lost access to this connection. There is still a physical connection between the two of you. Like, the cord is still existent because the two of you have met. You've entered each other's lives. It's still present in the mind, so the cord is still there. However, it's not the same, right? You don't feel the same energy drawing you to this person anymore, because it feels like you've learned your lesson, and so has this person. Now they're kind of just stuck with the rubble and they're trying to rebuild. But I was saying this earlier, like, all the things that they invested in before they chose to invest in you, like, all the things that they poured time, energy, and we got I miss you at the bottom of the deck, guys. Okay, they miss you hella. all the things that they were trying to pour their energy and time and love into literally just haven't grown the way that you have, right? All the friends, all the partners, business partners, and lovers that they thought were going to take them far, nothing has grown. Nothing between the two. Every seed that they have sown has just rotted away in the soil. And they are starting to realize it has a lot to do with the people that they're choosing to invest into, the people that they're choosing to, pour into, the people that they're choosing to be, like, basically invested with are the reason why they are lacking the growth that they wish to see, that you are abundant in. Okay, you're an abundance of growth. You're an abundance of spiritual wealth, physical health, peace, love, light, and happiness. Okay, like, baby, you got it all. You got it locked down. You are the table. You're the dinner served on the table. You're the chairs, and you're everything but the dinner guests, as you are the host. And people are, it feels like this is the season now, if it has not already happened, where people are realizing this. They're realizing you the boss. You the big fucking one. And this person has no choice but to accept that. And they don't want to, but they will. And they are. And now they're like, well, it's the collectives. This is their hope. This is their party. They're the boss. They're the big boss. They're the ones calling the shots. It's up to them if they choose to invite me, so I'm no longer out in the cold, freezing my freaking fingers and toes off. I saw 11555. And also you can also allow them to perish out in the cold as well. That's your gift. There's literally your choice. You get to choose what you do with this person. It really feels like the tables have turned and you're literally the one in control now. Right? So, but that's how they know that you were actually the one to invest into, that you were the one with the promising future, that you were the one that was going to take them far, that you would have helped them accomplish every one of their goals. Like, they're realizing now, if they haven't already, that, like, you are the missing link in this person's life. Like, you could have given this person the life that they're always dreamt of, that they were trying to achieve on their own, but they didn't recruit your aid. They honestly thought they were better than you. They thought they were better than the help that you had to give. And now they're realizing they couldn't have been more wrong. That literally there's nobody out there that was better suited for them. There was nobody that was more prepared to be this person's their counterpart, their spouse. Like, there was no one that was more equipped to handle them than you. There was no one that was going to love them better than you. There was no one that was going to give them aid every step. It's something about, like, you are literally wifey goals. You're literally the picture. If there was when you look up the word wifey material in the dictionary, when you look up the phrase, there's literally your photo, like, right there next to the definition. Okay, like, you are the one. Like, your grace, your beauty, your talents, your personal life experiences have led you to be this person's, like, ideal match. They aren't gonna find someone better than you without doing a lot of inner work. Okay, and, like, it feels like this person would have to make a complete 180. Like, they would have to become a priest, basically, to ever come, like, and live their life in devotion to the one true creator, in order for them to, like, get back to the spiritual standing that you are, in order to be at the same level as you are. But at that point, they would have to make sacrifices, like giving up loving another person in order to get to where you are at. Baby, you're like a high priestess. This person's like a toad. So sorry. Okay, but that's where they're at spiritually. They're as protected as a toad is. I don't know if you realize they're not really protected. They kind of just get yoinked all the time, okay? Like, badonked. Like, no one's gonna cry over a dead toad. Sorry, toads are, like, cute and all, but they're not the most spiritually protected beings, okay? Because they serve a purpose too. And now this person is basically on that level, and they're like, the only way they could get to that point that you're at would mean they would never have you again, basically. And there's another way, but that way is through you. And if you're not willing to accept this person back, well, they shouldn't have burned that bridge. They shouldn't have spent so much ammo trying to burn down the damn bridge. Because now it's like they can't get back to you, and you're sitting there like, I can't even see you. Anyways, but yeah, this person should have invested in you. They're realizing that if they had done it sooner, that a lot of good could have happened. Like, they're coming to understand, if they haven't already understood, that like you were truly a godsend. You would have helped this person, you would have helped them heal, you would have helped them come so far in their life, and now they're kind of just like, nothing's happening, but everything seems to be happening, going on for the collective. Like, either they just energetically know this, maybe you post on your Instagram your life, or on your socials, they have a way of knowing. Maybe they know you in your personal life, and they hear things about you. Maybe you live in the same community, however this applies. They're like understanding like you were the one that was going to take them far, and they really gave up on you. And yeah, anyways, guys, that was the reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it resonated. Bye. I love you.